The air burned with plasma and smoke as the grand hall of the Serath Dominion fell into chaos. Screams echoed through the crystalline chamber when the assassins broke through the royal guard line. The Empress of Serath, draped in silver armor and crowned with light, stood frozen for the briefest moment as a beam of energy lanced toward her heart. Then came the human. Sergeant Daniel Voss had been stationed as a security liaison, a token of alliance between Earth and the Serath. He was not supposed to fight, but when the blast came, he moved faster than thought. He threw himself in front of the Empress, the searing energy striking his chest and hurling him backward, the hall filled with the smell of scorched metal and flesh. For one moment all stood still. Then the Empress screamed, her voice shaking the very pillars. Her guards struck down the assassins with cold vengeance. Daniel lay bleeding on the shining floor. His armor cracked, his breath shallow but steady. The Empress knelt beside him, her glowing eyes filled with something her kind rarely showed: fear. Her hand touched his face, trembling. Around them, her council watched in stunned silence. The ancient law of the Serath whispered in every mind. A life debt had been created. Among her people, such a debt was sacred and binding. If one's life was saved, it must be repaid not with gratitude, but with devotion. The Empress's life now belonged to the human who had shielded her. As the medics rushed forward, Daniel's vision dimmed. But he saw her face last, eyes burning with guilt and promise. He did not know the storm that single act had unleashed. For in the Serath Dominion, a life debt from the throne could change the fate of empires. Daniel woke days later beneath a canopy of white light. The walls shimmered with biocrystal veins, humming softly like a living heart. He felt no pain, only a heavy weight in his chest. As he stirred, a figure stood beside him. The Empress herself, her silver robes trailing like mist. He tried to rise, but she raised a hand. The air around him trembled as a soft field held him still. Her voice carried calm authority, yet beneath it was something deeper. She said her people owed him the highest debt their laws could grant. She explained that by saving her life, he had bound her to him by the right of Vareth, a sacred vow that could never be undone. The one who owed must serve the one who saved. Even the Empress was not beyond this code. Daniel was stunned. He did not understand alien honor or sacred tradition. He said he had only done what any soldier would do. But her people did not see it that way. To them, their ruler now belonged to a human soldier from a distant world. The Serath Council raged in secret chambers. They whispered that the Empress had been tainted by human sentiment. Some demanded she break the vow. Others feared the ancient curse that followed any who dishonored the life debt. Meanwhile, Daniel walked through the palace halls like a ghost, followed by respectful silence. The Serath bowed when he passed, their glowing eyes filled with awe and confusion. He had become both a symbol and a problem, a mortal who held the loyalty of an empress, bound by law older than their stars. And the Empress herself, proud and fierce, began to struggle with the growing truth inside her. What began as duty was becoming something more. The day of reckoning came when the Dominion faced invasion. The Carthid Armada, ancient enemies of the Serath, tore through their border worlds. The Empress prepared for war, but the Council moved to betray her. They feared her loyalty to the human. They sought to remove both of them before the enemy arrived. Daniel discovered the plot and stood by her throne as the Council marched in with armed guards. The Empress rose, her silver crown gleaming like a blade. When the first shot rang out, Daniel again stepped forward, his body shielded in battle armor forged by Serath artisans. Plasma bolts struck him, but he held the line. The Empress unleashed her power, her voice echoing across the hall, breaking the traitor's will. Together, human and Serath fought side by side, bound by blood and choice. When the battle ended, silence filled the chamber. The Empress turned to Daniel, her eyes soft as dawn. The life debt was fulfilled, yet she refused to end it. She declared before her people that the human who saved her life was not her servant, not her master, but her equal. The Dominion bowed as one. The ancient law had been reshaped, its meaning reborn through the act of a single human. From that day, across the stars, the name Daniel Voss became a legend, the soldier who changed the law of an empire and the heart of an empress.